Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and Rubus macroura, the long mulberry, has an almost mythical status with a lot of fruit collectors throughout the world. And here in Uli's Landgarten in Leverkusen in Germany, he has not one but two different varieties of this rare mulberry, which is not too surprising because he has numerous different mulberry varieties. A lot of them in the ground, but the ones who are not so frost hardy in pots. And the long mulberry or Pakistani mulberry is not hardy here in Germany, which is not surprising. It's mostly a subtropical species. It's being used a lot for reforestation projects in Thailand. I've eaten it in the lowland areas around Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, which is basically on the equator. Also Pakistan. Yeah, Pakistan has some very cold mountain areas, but also some subtropical areas with bananas and mangoes. So it's mostly a subtropical species which can grow in the tropics. And here in Germany it grows in pots. And Uli has two different varieties. Taiwan Long. And unfortunately I broke the label. Saharampur or Pakistani. Saharampur seems to be a variety from Pakistan and India. Indian side say India, Pakistani side say Pakistan. One side says sehr hardy Samen. I guess it's translated by Google Translate. Well, does this mean that it has very hard seeds, or does it mean that the variety is very hardy? And what does hardy mean? Hardy to frost, hardy to other conditions? No idea. So let's look at those things. First at the Taiwan Long, considerably bigger leaves. The first fruit not completely ripe. Also Taiwan Long, I don't know, man. In Malaysia near Kuala Lumpur I found much longer ones. Maybe the fruits will get bigger when the tree gets bigger. Uli told me that mulberries usually get bigger fruits when the trees get bigger. Yeah, for now, if this is really a macroura, it's not really one of the long varieties. Let's try it, and remember that this fruit is not completely ripe. Well, like with the white mulberry, this species also has a lot of different colors. The Saharampur is yellowish. They have some that stay white, some that get just pale pinkish like this, or even more pale. Some that get purple, some that get red, black. This one should get a lot darker, so remember, not completely ripe, but it's the ripest fruit. Already pretty sweet, only a little bit sour. And can only describe it as savory. Uli said he likes them kind of underripe because they have a trace of sourness, but for me this is a bit too savory and not sweet enough. So yeah, not a bad mulberry, but yeah, definitely not ripe enough for me. Now the Saharampur seems to be a white to almost, where do I have some sun? White to almost kind of yellowish variety. Much sweeter. And some sides says with melon flavor. Yeah, there is definitely a flavor here, but well, it reminds me of melon. I would say that reminds me even more of some really aromatic plums. It also reminds me of my own ancient Morus alba tree in Bulgaria, which I will hopefully visit in a couple days. Yeah, a very similar flavor, very good. So those things I can totally recommend 100%. This could be a little bit rotten or could be just overripe. Very good flavor. I totally get it what I mean by melon flavor. It is kind of melony, but for me it's more like a plum. Wonderful, wonderful. I don't know, this Taiwan Long might be just as good when it's really ripe, but it was underripe, so let's not do it a big injustice. But this Saharampur, yeah, that definitely rocks. Great stuff. If you want to get a mulberry in a pot, folks, then yeah, I totally recommend this Saharampur. They are not very long or very big fruits compared to other long mulberries I have seen, but as I said, maybe the trees are still very young. Uli said that they increase in size when they are when the trees are getting older, but definitely I would definitely recommend this. Good stuff. Get it. Tell me, folks, what are your experiences with long mulberries, especially with this melon or plum tasty Saharampur mulberry. Apart from that, stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from Uli's Land Garden, one of the most biodiverse and fruit diverse gardens I've seen anywhere in the world. And of course, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.